to the Front Runner Sports Rap. My name is Fidel. As usual, today I'm joined by Timothy Batabaire and Calvin Sosibo. Greg is still on leave for now. He's taking a break. He's tired of fighting with Timothy, so he's decided to take a break. So today, as we saw Kaizer Chiefs hammering Simba. No one expected it. No one saw that coming. We also saw Leicester City winning the FA Cup against Chelsea.
Another unexpected one.
Yeah. No one saw that one coming. Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
Hey, it's unpredictable. Hey,
nice one.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful game of football.
Yes,
let's
just to talk about.
Simba under the floodlights of South Africa. They saw flames. What happened there, Tim?
Look, I think they were overwhelmed by Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah,
I believe the intensity of the game that was applied by Kaizer Chiefs got them off guard. Southern region teams, especially South African players, are very fast and nippy. So when they did apply themselves from the word go, I think that put them on the back foot. And thanks to the early goal, that already destabilized them, and they didn't sit back. They continued attacking. And whenever you attack and you get results, you get that momentum. And Simba could not recover from that.
So how did you see that game?
Yeah, I think with Chiefs, they applied themselves well.
Yeah,
maybe the strike helped them in a way, gave them a confidence to start the match. I think the match played a very important role because Chiefs came into this game firing. I saw the fighting spirit.
Yeah,
I saw chemistry on the players.
Yeah,
players moving into a good position. The goals that they've been scoring, Simba were not able to deal with how Chiefs used the ball to move them. Into and creating spaces, recognizing when to overload. For the first time, I'm seeing Chiefs applying themselves in the manner that they've did. I think that match really helped on them. Just a couple of offensively that I was looking for in this game. I think Chiefs absorbed the game. And in the way of absorbing the game, they saw that respecting Simba. Because of their caliber. I thought the first 10 minutes when they saw that Simba was not their match, then they started putting pressure on them. This is why they got the goal. The goal that came on the 6 minutes, which is from Mato, from a header. Disappointing from Simba defense because they were ball watching, which is one of the tendencies that if you watch most of the game, the last pole is always the pole that is left neglected and not monitored. And this time it proves. The cross came in, Mato was free on the last pole, and then he hit the ball in. And the way that Chiefs also created spaces for themselves and managed to maneuver and play the game, it was good to watch for them.
Complete Gavin Hunt footprint on the team. We are looking at all the goals coming through dead ball situations, and that's a specialty of Coach Gavin Hunt. But for me, what impressed me,
like the dead balls, eh?
For me,
headers, 3 headers.
What impressed
goals,
me,
3 headers. Which means Simba couldn't deal with the height.
For me, what impressed me was the movement. In those particular moments, and the delivery. Thanks to Parker Manyama, their delivery was exceptional, and the willingness of the likes of Sami Novik and Mato to get into those positions. We saw the diving header from Castro. You look at where the deep run coming from to attack that ball. Jesus me, you start asking yourself, why can't Kaizer Chiefs replicate that same form in the league back home? But that's a story for another day. But again, it has shown that when the players
decide.
Not when the players decide.
Who decides?
No, we are looking at the return of Rev Froswa, Eric Matoho. You've got Dumsani Zuma, Ronaldo Castro. I mean, these are players that haven't been on the field of play. When one is on the pitch, two are not there. But today, we had that chance to have almost part of his squad on the team. And let's not forget that one of the brilliant attacking minds in Kamabiriad has almost not played for the whole season. That destabilizes the whole team.
Yeah.
But today, at least they gave a chance to themselves to be right in the semi-finals.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, they gave them like there was so much hype around Simba, you know, because of the match that they played against Al-Ahly. You know, they won against Al-Ahly at home, and then they it wasn't convincing Al-Ahly beating them. I think they just beat them by 1-0 away. Like there was so much hype. Like, did you see it on the pitch today? Did Simba show you that that's what they did to Al-Ahly at home? Oh,
if Simba played in this way when they played Al-Ahly, I don't know what was wrong with them.
Yeah,
because I expect Al-Ahly to be more superior if Simba had brought the same performance. Then again, we have to look at the dynamics.
And they came in on Tuesday. Sorry.
Yeah, and then again, we have to look at the dynamics.
Yeah.
Their travel and them acclimatizing to our conditions and whether the site it plays also a role.
Yeah.
So how much did it affect them? Because when I saw the Simba team, they were second on the ball.
Yeah.
They were most of the time they were chasing the game. They were not in control. Chiefs took control of the game. Even the goals that they've scored, you can see.
Yeah.
Seeing Nokovic scoring a brace also, you could see the hunger also on the players. But now again, going to Simba, I don't think it was a well-structured or the coach really analyzed those players.
Yeah.
As the team has alluded that South African players are fast and nippy.
Yeah.
And this has proven that we can play the ball. It's just that they came in with a mentality of being too tactical, and Chiefs had always they created overloads on zones where they're forcing defenders to separate.
Yeah.
That's why now if you look at their positioning, they were always trying to find spaces behind Simba. And Simba, when we're not applying the low block in terms of defending, if they would have sit a little bit back, because there was speed and there was power on the runs, and then they vacated the middle. This is where Ngobo started playing, drifting into the side, linking up play. It looked amazing for Chiefs. If they can reciprocate the same form and take it to the league, they can be far better.
That's what he said, actually.
You know, the biggest challenge when you're a traveling team, for example, you get into South Africa, especially Johannesburg on a Tuesday, it means that unless you're gonna overload the players to try and acclimatize the conditions, because this is high altitude. What happens with the body of a sports person is like you're gonna drop the fitness levels that you come into the country with. So then you need to load and try to get into the conditions. That way. Now, when you come into the country on Tuesday, you're gonna drop a level of fitness that time will not allow you to cope with that. So it would be advisable if they had flown into the country latest Thursday.
So that's what Chiefs should do now.
That's what Chiefs should do. Either if they are playing on Saturday, they rather maybe travel even on Friday, because you're gonna reach the country and you're gonna remain with that fitness level you have traveled with, and you can be able to compete. Now, once you miss more than a day, in that country, you start getting affected by the altitude of that particular country. So you need to have those training methodologies to try and up your fitness levels.
So in hindsight, they shouldn't have come in at that time.
No.
If you are not deviating too much, it's the same thing. It's the same principle that was applied by Orlando Pirates when they played Sundowns. Remember, then they were complaining that they slept at the airport and they didn't have enough rest. Again, now it's different now in positioning for Simba. You always arrive 2 days or 3 days before. Sundowns have been leading on that. They've been doing it very well. They will go like maybe 3 days ahead, so then they can acclimatize, have a session there. So then at least the players can know how thick is the air, because that becomes important. How are you going to be running? How is it going to affect you? As a coach, you start looking at your players in a sense of you saying, okay, first 45 minutes, if you play your 11v11 with your own squad, you know that the squad is starting to thin out at the 60th minute. Now you start having to go back now and coach those players to say, okay, the air becomes thinner because our body are still acclimatizing to the climate on that particular country.
Use more of the ball than running without the ball. Move in advance. Keep your energy levels at the beginning of the game. We know that, for example, the North African countries in the first 15 minutes of the game, they are 200% attacking, and then the last 15 minutes of the first half they do also come around. So you have to try and design how you're going to play against such a team. Sit back a little bit for the first 15 minutes, frustrate them, then when it's getting to the 20th minute you up your game against theirs, and then you destabilize them, and that's how Coach Pitso used to beat Al-Ahly and the like. So that acclimatization is very important. You need to look at how your team can perform against such an opposition in such conditions. For Simba, you're looking at a Simba with big-bodied players, and Chiefs forced them to always be on the back foot and turning to face their goal, and that was the advantage of Kaizer Chiefs because they never stopped. They continued until those goals were going in.
Wow! I did not see Kaizer Chiefs winning this match by 4 goals. I saw a draw, maybe like maybe 1-0 win. 4, my goodness! All right,
I'm hoping Verily you watch this game.
Because all wrote off Chiefs. Maybe the match helped.
No, the attitude was positive.
Okay. Cool. Let me go to the streets of YouTube. Quality from my boys. I honestly didn't expect that, but we played well and dominated the game. My friend, you're not the only one. Hey, Simba keeper was very poor against all 4 goals. We did mention that Simba couldn't manage with the high balls. That's so true. Then we have Moraka, Christian, Amakosi. These boys are ballers. Well deserved. Simba. Last year they were losing to someone. They wanted to lynch the coach. Amakosi.
Those are fans for you.
Now they are boys. Gavin Hunt has finally decided to unapologetically play the strengths of the crop of the players we have. Abongi Lengli says Simba against Al-Ahly. Simba scored first and they defend. Simba was held by home advantage. Even Al-Ahly is not good enough this season. Well done, Kosi. All right, please send us a voice note on 065-874-8881 or give us a call. Let's hear your thoughts, Kaizer Chiefs fans. Were you shocked? I think we're all shocked today. We're all shocked.
Not really.
Tim,
I wasn't shocked.
Okay, we have a voice note. I'm coming to you. Let's play this voice note. We have a voice note.
Good evening, front runner. Maraka here. Calvin Sosivo never gave Chiefs a chance. But I will thank Timothy Matavaire there. The gentleman gave Chiefs a chance and said it's a 50-50 and the Chiefs, should they play very well on that night, which is today, and eventually we did, that we can beat Simba. Halala makuza halala.
No, if I have to vindicate
talk to Moraka.
If I have to vindicate myself there to Moraka. Again, I will go back to Simba. They look good on paper. Everything looks very rosy for them with Chiefs and the situation that they are having here. It was already a pressure to them. And again, I will go back again and say the fighting spirit on the players. And also them being able to break the attack and possess the ball into the right areas. Managing to get goals. I think what was best on this game to watch was the mentality of the players won them this game.
Kaizer Chiefs players.
Yes.
Mentality.
Yes.
They showed up. We have a call, Tim. We have Raymond on the line. But Raymond, please keep holding. Let's hear Tim.
Listen, I said it. Football-wise, both teams are equal. I was looking for the attitude of any team, and I said, if Kaizer Chiefs players can bring the positive attitude, they're gonna beat Simba. Now that's period, because once you see Simba playing Al-Ahly, Simba as players, they knew they were underdogs. So they set themselves a bar higher that they have to beat Al-Ahly. So they had that double effort. Now they are coming to play Kaizer Chiefs. They are busy watching Kaizer Chiefs on DSTV and seeing that they are not performing well at the league. So they won the game before it was played.
Before they showed up.
And Kaizer Chiefs is reciprocated.
Okay, cool. Remember, we have Raymond.
Hi guys.
Talk to us, Raymond.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna make it quick. As a Chiefs fan, I also didn't give them a chance, but they also shocked me.
You see, they shocked everyone.
But what I've noticed is that I think, tactics from Gavin Hunt today, I think they were well applied, man. The way Chiefs were playing without the ball, I think that's what worked the most. Of course, if you can check, Simba had most of the ball, but the way Chiefs were covering all those spaces, like all over the pitch, it made it hard for Simba to play their own game. And also they saw that, okay, Simba is also struggling in terms of dealing with set pieces. So then it made life easier, actually, like with the crosses coming in. So what I want to say is that at least, we won, but at the same time, we must not also forget that Simba is capable of scoring 4 goals at home. So what we must do is we must keep going with the same mentality and not take them for granted. And then I also hope that in the semi-finals, I just hope MC Alger pulls a stunt against Vedat so that we can play against them. Because for the looks of things,
Raymond, a quick one.
If Vedat wins against MC Alger, it means we're gonna face them in the semis. So I just hope MC Alger pulls a stunt, just to make life easier for us.
A quick one, Raymond.
Hold on, Raymond. Tim has something to say.
A quick one, Raymond. Which brand of football do you like from Kaizer Chiefs?
Winning football.
No, I prefer a team that, like the way Sundowns plays. I prefer a team that plays like that. But at the same time, what's important is that we should also be able to defend, because there's no point in playing good football, but at the same time,
you're a clean sheet
your defense is leaking, or at the same time, you can't really win possession back from your opponents.
Raymond.
So I think that's important. Yeah.
Raymond, another one. I think you should give also credit to the keeper for keeping the clean sheet today.
Young keeper,
and getting a starting berth.
The backline.
Yeah, so the backline today, I think they were solid. And again, as you said, Raymond, they shocked you. But I think these boys are capable of that. There should be like a chemistry that is going around those players that actually manufactured these performances.
Yeah.
So for me, I think the attitude of these players is actually the one that have put them into the position where they are. Now it's about them staying full-time professionals and understanding that things can change when they go to Simba, and some dirty games can apply there. So that needs to be level-headed.
Yeah.
And also take each game as it comes, because yes, it was a big result. Let them move on from now.
But I think also, what matters a lot is that, if the players can just stick to the game plan, play that game plan with all your heart. Don't try, other things like during the game. Just stick to the game plan. I think maybe that could work. Because I feel like if we played the same way we play in CAF, like Kevin said, if we played the same way in the PSL, I think we would be far now.
Oh yeah,
but maybe because in the PSL we take the teams too much for granted.
I'll tell you one thing, Raymond. Sorry, Tim. We just listened to Gavin Hunt's post-match presser. He mentioned the mentality at Chiefs. He said he found the psychology. It was down the drain after they lost the league in 10 minutes. So I'm thinking, as Chiefs fans, do you understand that mental aspect of the game to say, yay? The thing is, when you're playing the CAF Champions League, there was never any pressure for Kaizer Chiefs. It was like, go out there and have fun, But in the league, there was so much expectation because you had finished second.
Yeah. I think it balances.
Yeah. I know. I get you.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you. Everybody, please call us, Kaizer Chiefs fans. Let's hear your thoughts. 065-874-8881. Tim, what are you going to say?
It's very interesting because you're in South Africa, the league. You've got almost players of the same mindset. They are fast, very nippy.
Yeah.
Every South African player would love to play against Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's a way of advertising yourself. So if you're playing for Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, it means you're playing a cup final week in, week out, because every player is advertising themselves and getting themselves amongst the top teams. So it's very important for players in these big teams to know that every week they are very competitive. So they can't select games.
Yeah.
It is something that has to be inculcated into the system of players. That even when you're not having a good game, try to play for the team. play for the team.
Leave everything there.
Exactly.
Cover every blade of grass.
You can as well mark and release the player to somebody who is playing better.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Tim. We have a caller on the line. Thank you for calling. Who's on the line?
Hello, Abungili.
Hi, Abungili. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. What would you like to say?
Hello to Tim.
Hi, how are you?
Tim is a favorite.
This is a Kaizer Chiefs fan.
Of course.
I just want to remind the fans of Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Listen, Gavin Hunt is a good coach.
Yeah.
And I did the research from the past 7 years.
Okay.
Gavin Hunt has been on top 5 on PSL.
Yeah.
Until such time he won the league.
Yeah.
The next season he was playing. They went to the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's when they went to position 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to say to the fans of Kaizer Chiefs, just to hold there.
Yeah.
Because Gavin Hunt is a coach for Kaizer Chiefs.
Give him a chance.
Better. Yeah.
Give him a chance.
Let's just give him a chance. He will do it.
Yeah.
Again.
Sorry, Tim. Did at some point call for his head as well, or you've always held that position that give the man a chance? Abongile?
Hello?
I'm saying, did you also call for his head at some point, or you've always held your position to say give the man a chance?
No. I always believe in him because the thing is, in the past he have won and he have shown us that he can do.
Yeah.
Even on Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
We need to remember that he also went to Black Leopards as well. He was a coach of the season at that time.
Yes, that's where it all started.
Yeah. Also on Super Sport as well. He did well as well there.
True.
And he went to Vets. Vets never have any cup then before.
True.
But he showed us he can do.
True.
You see. So now the fans, they must just relax.
Yeah.
Gavin Hunt next season he will do.
Hold on, Abongile. Tim wants to say something to you.
You know, it's very interesting that the same players that Gavin Hunt has got are the same players who have scored 4 goals now. So what comes to mind is that there's no need for a complete overhaul of the squad. You just need to identify which players to add to this team. This team is capable of performing well. Secondly, in football, almost a coach contributes 20% for the success of the team. The 80% has to be the responsibility of the players, because once the coach trains them and prepares them, the coach is not going to be with them when they go home. Whatever they are doing after the training session, their discipline off the field, that 80% is for the players. And once they can master that, the coach is very crucial. The 20% they put it, everything will be okay.
Thank you, Abongile. Or would you like to have the last word?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, cool. Well, today there's also another big game coming up, Sundowns versus Al-Ahly. And I'm not sure if you saw the lineup, Tim, or so. Let me quickly let me check also. Have a look for it. We will also do a watch along. Okay, there's another call on the line incoming. Hello, who are we speaking to?
You're speaking to Luando from Cape Town.
Hi, Luando. What would you like to say?
No, I just want to speak with regards to the Kaizer Chiefs game.
Talk to us.
Yes, it's good to see Kaizer Chiefs is turning a corner. Actually, it's very saddening. I'm a Sundowns fan, but it's very saddening when you see a big team where we growing up knowing that it's an established team, and we always knew Chiefs is not the kind of team that plays the best type of football, but they were always a transition team. We used to fear for our lives knowing that Chiefs can catch you second half, especially if you're not organized.
Yeah.
So now I don't know if it's maybe because of the main man has left the power too much to the ground that he's not actually shown these young lads how you're supposed to run a big club, because Kaiser's old now. Yeah. We can't really. He needs to advise them very well in terms of especially when you are buying a team, you're not buying a team to win a cup for 2 seasons. You're buying a team to be there in the next 10 years, to be a dominant force. And Chiefs is not the kind of team that you actually attracted by money. Chiefs in itself is a brand. Everyone wants to play for that jersey.
Yeah, big team. All right.
But moving on the Sundowns game, I think Sundowns is going to win this game, man.
This game is about to kick off.
Interesting lineup.
So we'll be doing a watch along with everybody at home. All right, thank you, Abongile.
Thank you for your time. Bye.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, that was Abongile, guys. As I mentioned before, Sundowns starting 11: Onyango, Nascimento, Libusa, Kutse, Morena, Mudiba, Mabue, Mkulise, Serino, Mutupa, Shalulile.
Yeah, speedy play.
Yeah.
They going guns blazing on this one.
Yeah.
It's all about speed.
Yeah.
Knowing very well that Al-Ahly will bring big figures.
Yeah.
I think what will work on our advantage is that the center of gravity.
Yeah.
Be us being shorter. Being able to maintain this game and moving the ball. Ball orientation will be very important.
Yeah.
And smaller details on this game is going to come handy because you lose
margins, small margins.
Yeah, small margins, because any ball position loss is a turnover. Any ball position regain, it's a turnover.
Like it's a dangerous
team.
ball.
Yes, so
anything can happen.
So it's going to be high intensity. It's high intense game, and
Hey, the two coaches there, you can see Peter and Mama. The ref telling them to behave.
The teacher and the student. Teacher and the student.
But is Manmama a student of Pizzo?
Now.
Come on, guys.
For me, I think Pizzo set a precedent where he chose his assistant to be an equal measure in the capabilities.
Yeah.
So he never got an assistant that is gonna just be the, counting balls and follow instructions.
Yeah.
He wanted somebody of the same level of understanding.
Yeah.
But for me, in this game, the team that is gonna fully utilize the field of play.
Yeah.
Is gonna be very, very, very successful. For Sundowns, they need to keep the ball. If they do succeed in keeping the ball, they'll force Al-Ahly to try and look for those positions to play. If they don't, they'll be punished, because what's happening with the Sundowns and Al-Ahly is that level of finishing in the last third. The clinical team in that area is very important. The more Sundowns will not have access to the ball, they will struggle. So that's very key. They need to try and keep the ball. The team that doesn't have the ball gets more tired than the team with the ball.
Yeah.
So once they keep the ball for some time now, they will frustrate Al-Ahly, because they're at home. They are mandated to score goals. Once they frustrate them in that area, they stand a chance.
Like they have to get something at home.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now let's go back to the Kaizer Chiefs match. We'll keep everybody updated regarding the Al-Ahly versus Sundowns match. If you are not watching, we'll give you live commentary of goals and chances that may be happening. So in terms of players today for Kaizer Chiefs, which ones in your opinion stood out? But before that, Tim, there's a question from Mzi Choloba. A question to Tim. Do you think yesterday's protest had any impact on Chiefs' performance today?
In my opinion, no.
Yeah.
Because
elaborate.
You look at some of the demands were raised. I think it's just that moment in time where you expect to be successful and not getting that, and then you are frustrated, and then you pour out your feelings. So there wasn't anything new as what they were raising, because the aspirations of the club of Kaizer Chiefs are what they were pointing out. Only that they are not succeeding that. Kaizer Chiefs has been successful on those grounds. The type of players, and for example, you're already in the quarterfinals, and you are demanding that you need to establish yourself and be permanently, successful on the continent.
Yeah.
So on the eve of the game of the quarterfinal tournament, of what you want to be successful. So for me, in a way, I think their level of engagement didn't meet my expectations. There are better ways of raising their issues than they did.
Yeah. How did you see it? So did it have an impact, or it's not here nor there?
No, it's not here, not there. Yeah. I think the players knew what they have to do, and they're highly motivated to move to the next stage. Yes, that was a management issue that they have to sit down and deal with.
Yeah,
they done their job. and as team will always like to say, the best way to apologize is by getting result, and which is what Chiefs did today.
Yeah.
So if supporters could take a good leaf from this tree, is that they've got they're moving to the next stage. They've got a positive 3 points.
Yeah.
They still need to go to Simba and try to replicate the same performance that they have and try to win. The rest, it will fall into place. It's just that most of the supporters are unhappy about the management and their recruitment, because when I listened to them, they kept on complaining that they're bringing players that do not understand the culture of the team.
Is it true though?
In a way, it could be in a way, but
not to be a villain or anything.
Yeah.
Which players don't suit the style of Kaizer Chiefs?
You know what is interesting is the same management that has brought them success and the joy is still the same management running Kaizer Chiefs. So there's nothing new.
But there's a change, Tim, clearly.
Which one?
Yeah, I'm saying results.
No, you know this was happening. People need to understand the dynamics. You know, when Chiefs was very dominant, we never had Musepe as the owner of Sundowns.
Yeah.
So there's that open check, the willingness to spend in Sundowns, that is forcing so many clubs to try and look and ask themselves questions. Why can't we also spend money to try and get the players? But the players are not available. The players in Chiefs are not bad players. You cannot be a bad player overnight. What is happening is they have not really had the success to get trophies and reciprocate that. But at the end of the day, you have to build a winning system to be consistent. You cannot expect immediate success. It happened so many years without Sundowns winning trophies. So they have built that system that is going to take some time to dislodge. Now, if they are not planning the transition of how they are going to recruit so that they become consistent, they will also suffer the same fate, like what Chiefs is experiencing and Pirates. So at this moment in time, I believe that they have got Gavin Hunt. I would believe they should not make a mistake. Those pressing the panic buttons and saying they are going to sack him. They shouldn't make that mistake, because now he has established himself. He knows the players in and out. They have all experienced the challenges of this season, and I can tell you the challenges of this season will be the backbone under which they build a winning team next season.
And I think again, maybe for Gavin, it'll be maybe the first time that he's not fully in control of the squad or the players that he may need. And I think that he needs to get into the gear now and understanding that at some organizations, there's going to be like huge decisions that will have to go. And there's some decisions that won't go his way, because you see at Super Sport, he assembled the Super Sport and they were patient with him until he got them something. But it's unfortunately at Chiefs is a bigger club. Yes, I understand.
Expectations is different.
Yes, the expectations are different. I understand that we need to be patient, but if you're looking at it now, fans are not that patient.
Not at all.
And they want his head now. But now they are not considerate in a way. But this is fans. It's people that are there at home with due respect. So we have a different understanding when it comes to the game according to how they understand it, because we can see something is brewing, something is coming. But fans they will never see that. Even if you're playing good or bad football, if Chiefs would be winning, we would not even identify the holes and the problems that we're having at the club at the moment.
So in hindsight, this protest was a blessing in disguise.
I think it gave them a positive light in a way. I think even the management at this point, they're quite happy about what the club has achieved at this far. They're looking at the bigger picture, because if they go to the final, do you know how much exposure these people are getting? And
even now,
like
so
now in the
bigger
position that where they're in. So I think in supporters as well, they have to be considerate of many dynamics in football, not about winning, because yes, one is sacrifice at this point. They're not doing well domestically, but we have to look at it in this CAF, because this CAF, it's a bigger mileage. Not saying that PSL is a lower mileage, but this is a whole spectrum. This is where you get to compete with the best in Africa. So when you're competing with the best of Africa, you get to be watched by even the Europeans. This is a good window for players to showcase themselves, because from here you can be selected by Al-Ahly, You can get your Chelsea coming in. You can get your Madrid or your Barcelona
you can make
coming
money,
in.
actually.
Yeah, so the team, it's a win and win for a team in a way, because there are some players that they can sell, and there are players that they can be interested and say, we want to come to Kaizer Chiefs, like Sundowns.
Yeah.
There's many players in Africa that want to play for Sundowns now because the way how they structured.
Okay, cool.
For me, what is key, I would like to give credit to the marketing team of Kaizer Chiefs, where they turned, the protest into a wonderful marketing tool.
How?
Look,
it gave them a hype in a way.
If you look at how if you look at how the management handled the funds, they received them. They didn't turn away from. They didn't. They were willing to receive them.
Yes. Their grievances.
They offered not to speak but listen.
Yeah.
And now Kaizer Chiefs as a brand, remember, they are a peaceful, loving club.
Yeah.
So that came through.
Yeah.
They were peaceful. They were harmonious. So for me, that was continuity for the brand of Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then the day after, they win 4-0 the CAF Champions League. So what does that mean? We are a family. Let's pull together and continue running.
Yeah, no, true. The Chiefs has 1 foot in the semi-finals. Like first time in the stage, first time going through the group stages. Jeez, what a run for Chiefs. Okay, we have a voice note. After that, we'll talk about individual players. Please call us at home or send us a voice note. Let's rate your players today.
Anyway. Evening, guys. Good evening, guys.
Hello, sir.
I like the way you analyze games.
Thank you.
You're not like others. But truly speaking, Chiefs, they shows up from the first whistle that they were trying to hold this Simba team. Unfortunately, the problem of the Simba team, they can't handle the aerial balls from those tall guys, Matoho and Novogesh. Anyway, well done, Kaizer Chiefs. Kosi Ajabulile, all the way in Qatar. Winky is my name.
Hola, Winky.
Winky is watching us all the way in Qatar. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, Winky. There's lots more. Yeah, what do you make of Winky's comments? The aerial balls were a problem for Simba today.
Look, you would expect Simba to be comfortable in that game. But I think this time around, they were beat by a wonderful team that has prepared with that methodology. They were thin when it came to those areas. Once you have got a team that has got good deliverers of the ball, in the likes of Parker, Manyama. Now, Parker is good on a dead ball situation to deliver that pinpoint cross. And then you have got Manyama with that eyesight to pick out on-running players into those areas. I think the deliveries were very spot on. And then I fault Simba. I think the distance between from the Simba player to the Kaizer Chiefs player was so huge that every time the likes of Manyama had time on the ball, they were able to decide whether to play a short pass or a long pass. You can't give players of Chiefs caliber that chance. You need to suffocate them, give them one option. Either they play the long ball, you sit back and defend, and when you get that ball, you can able to turn it into offense, or you press them up and you don't allow them to put up their heads up to try and pick those points. Even a child, once a child can put up their head up, look, they could dribble you or can give a clear pass. So Simba lost it, and now they have got a mountain to climb in Dar es Salaam.
Yeah, they have Kilimanjaro to climb. No pun in it. Jeez. Okay, let's talk about the players today. So for you, who would be your man of the match? For obviously it has to come from Kaizer Chiefs.
I think collectively I will give them the full squad the man of the match. 1 for effort, 2 for fighting spirit, 3 for their chemistry, and 4 for bringing themselves back into the game. So but going individually, I would say Samir has done well. He has actually revived himself. He's got his scoring boots on now. It's a matter of time that we start seeing these positive performances being plowed into the PSL games. It's coming. It's just that at these stages, they're finding it difficult with a lot that is going on.
Yeah.
But we need to credit them for this, because you even see like player like Matoho also getting forward and then with an attempt, and then you find him on the score sheet as well. Castro as well finding a goal. It's positive. Like strikers at this point, they on their rating they could be on a clear 9.
Yeah.
Because both strikers scored, with Nukovic taking the 10, clinching the brace. And again, if you look at it, the chemistry between two strikers, it was very solid today. You could see that they want to do it for the team more than to do it for themselves.
Yeah,
like it wasn't an individual
proper team effort.
Proper team effort. I think this is what won them the game.
Yeah.
Also, as I've been saying, that we can't falter them for fighting spirit today, and also sticking to the game plan. Because you could see when a team that walks into the field, the first touch and the way that they are playing, you could tell this team has prepared for what they're about to do.
Plus, they had enough time to prepare for this one.
I was very impressed by Parker and Nukovic. I did experience and witness high level of professionalism, respect what happened in the previous game and what the media was trying to hype about. These are players who understand that football is an emotional game. There are moments when you're gonna maybe go hard and say unpalatable words to each other, but it does not mean that you are not on the same boat. So for me, that level of professionalism, the desire by all Kaizer Chiefs players to win and win for the team, for me, the whole team gets my kudos.
Yes,
the whole team showed up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No. Also, how much pressure does it take off Gavin Hunt, this win? Do you think fans will still want him to be sacked? Some, anyway. Yeah, tell us at home. Sorry, Tim. After today's victory, do you still think Gavin Hunt should be sacked?
The measure of success of Kaizer Chiefs is not matched by the CAF Champions League. It is matched by the domestic competition. It is just growing in time that South Africa is trying to embrace the African continent football. It has not been there. And thanks to the success of Sundowns, that is trying to change that. In South Africa, African football, CAF Champions League is not considered as a competitive, lucrative tournament for them to partake in. But seeing the success of Sundowns, their participation in the CAF Champions League has enabled their players to become very competitive and very resolute. So when they come to the local league, they are competing and winning trophies. So most clubs now are desiring to play in the CAF Champions League.
Yes.
I know for a fact that Gavin Hunt has always desired to play and compete in the Africa Champions League from his time at SuperSport, Vets. So it's not new. He has always desired to be in that space because he understands the psychological benefits that it does to the players. It improves his level of competition. For example, you meet these traveling challenges on the African continent, and then you are traveling to these beautiful hotels and training fields in South Africa.
Yeah,
it means that your level of performance will extremely be out of this world. So for me, the fact that they are embracing the CAF Champions League, and there's a possibility that the prize monies are going to be increased, so it will be very attractive for them to compete. Kaizer Chiefs, I would desire that Gavin Hunt is kept for a season. And then they keep the core of the squad. They shouldn't try to say they're gonna chase 15 players. You don't do that. It's an emotional decision. You don't do that. We understand the fans. You're not patient enough.
Has dead weight though.
No, let me tell you. The issue is, let's go. Okay, the team that won today, is part of what they are calling deadwood. But today you will not identify any of the players to be called deadwood. Why? It's because the attitude, everything is positive and it's right in that moment in time. So how do you keep this team to continue performing at that level? And then you take out a few players.
When do we start rebuilding?
Rebuild, you don't break the whole house, right?
But the thing is, Kaizer Chiefs have left it for so long that rebuilding seems like building a whole new structure from scratch.
You see, the misunderstanding is, people will confuse rebuilding with success, instant victories. That's the problem. Now, you're looking at a team that can play better. If you look at how Chiefs has played today, and you presume that if they can perform like that consistently, definitely their league position will be different.
Yeah.
Now, you are looking at how do you build a squad to be competitive. You are looking at maybe 2 to 3 competitive players in every position, and then you can be able to stand a chance to compete.
All right. Now we are joined by Jeffrey Leah from EFM, all the way from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. Jeffrey, welcome.
Thank you, my brother. How is everything there?
Very well, thank you. We just Kaizer Chiefs just obliterated Simba, and you called it. People wanted to lynch you after that interview with us.
Yeah, my friend, those are the perks of being at the mercy of social media, but we are used to it.
Yeah.
Malema once said, you should not be a crybaby out there. So yeah, we are used to it.
Yeah. So tell me, what happened to your beloved Simba today?
One thing that I easily noted was, first of all, the conditioning of the players towards today's game was not right, and obviously the levels of conditioning from a team of a PSL caliber like Kaizer Chiefs and a team from our own league in Tanzania is a bit of a difference of heaven and earth, I would say. But the fact that Simba did not play last weekend at the Dar es Salaam derby, I think it hurt them fitness-wise, because the extra rest towards the key game like against Kaizer Chiefs really did not help Simba players. And one thing that I also noted was the fact that Simba paid no respect to Kaizer Chiefs. They approached today's game not realizing where Kaizer Chiefs' strengths lie, and not realizing where Simba's weaknesses lie. One of the biggest weaknesses for a lot of Tanzanian teams dealing with aerial balls, and that's where Kaizer Chiefs won the match easily today. Samuel Nukovic won each and every ball that was dropped on the Simba 18-yard area. But one thing is the fullbacks also could do nothing at stopping crosses from Ulebo Manyama and them boys, and people like Bernard Parker, who are having fun crossing the ball, especially from Simba's left side that is manned by their captain, Mohamed Hussein, who is conspicuously nicknamed Shabalala because people compare his play to the Kaizer Chiefs players. So it's going to be a huge mountain to climb in the return leg. I don't know how Simba figure out how to beat Gavin Hunt team by 5-0. So it's going to be hard, but lesson learned, I say.
Yeah, lessons learned. Jeffrey, tell me, why didn't Simba play the derby? Because I remember Yanga came to the stadium.
Yes, politics intervened, my friend. It's a long story. The game was weirdly pushed ahead from the original kickoff time, which was 5 p.m. East African time.
Yeah.
The game was moved 2 hours ahead to 19 hours, and Yanga protested the fact that it was not communicated to them in proper channels, as according to them. And there's a lot of wrangling between Yanga and the Football Federation out here, which is why Yanga really took that chance to really make a bit of a statement. So Simba suffered the most in that game, because Yanga have almost given up in the title chase. Simba are leading the league by 4 points, and they have 2 games in hand, and Simba out here are really better than everybody else, which is something that also doesn't help them in their continental forays once you meet a team that comes from a proper league like the PSL. So all those things were factors towards Simba's loss today. But the fact that the derby was not played, I can only tell you that politics intervened, because the call was not even made by the Football Federation. It was made by the Ministry of
Where's FIFA?
Sports. So,
this is interference.
yeah, but well, you really can't expect FIFA to do anything,
Yeah. All right.
No,
Jeff.
if the Federation reports it, they will.
Okay. We're not going to go there. Jeffrey, you're in Dar es Salaam right now.
Yeah,
how's the mood for, because I assume Simba fans are everywhere in Dar es Salaam. How's the mood right there right now? I mean, 4 goals is a proper Kilimanjaro to climb at home.
Yeah. The mood is a somber one, because the last time Simba conceded 4 goals was the last time they played in a quarterfinal match. People forget that. The last time Simba got out of the group stage, they qualified for the quarterfinal and they faced TP Mazembe, who they drew in a goalless draw and at Dar es Salaam, and lost by 4 goals at Lubumbashi in Congo. So in that campaign, they also lost heavily to AS Vita by 5 goals. They also lost to Al-Ahly by 5 goals, and Simba did a good job by winning all their home matches, and the fact that the head-to-head counted in their favor against AS Vita meant they qualified for the quarterfinal. But one thing that I reminded the Simba fans, even in the last conversation we had with you front runners guys, the last time, was the fact that our teams have a bit of a bad mentality when it comes to knockout stages, because you can easily approach a group stage game with a relaxed mindset, knowing that you have 3 more games coming where you have a chance to qualify. And that's exactly how Simba qualified the last time around. They lost heavily to all. They didn't score a single goal away, but they won their home matches. But then when they played in the quarterfinal, it was a different ball game altogether. They couldn't convert their chances at home. One of their players, the captain, John Boko, even missed a penalty. So that mental hurdle has always been there, and it's going to be their Achilles heel. Again, this is a quarterfinal. This is the same team that dominated and topped a group that had the almighty Al-Ahly. But once you get to the quarterfinal, all that happened is forgotten. But once again, the biggest mistake that Simba did, all this hype from the fans, all this hype from a lot of mainstream media, football pundits, really got into the players' heads, and that didn't help matters, because they clearly approached today's game not knowing that Kaizer Chiefs have a guy like Samir Nukovic who's going to feast on all area balls that you're going to cross. They didn't have any idea there's a guy like Lebo Manyama who's going to dominate a midfield that doesn't have, or rather has only one true defensive midfielder, where you should have at least given them the respect they deserve by going with 2 defensive midfielders. So again, the coach failed to do their homework. Credit to Gavin Hunt, who did a lot of his homework, because one thing that Simba can't really do is they can't defend well once they're under pressure. The fullbacks couldn't stop the crosses. The centre-backs couldn't deal with the prowess of Mulomo Andao Matoho and Unukovic and presence in the box. And that was game over. Let's see what happens in the return leg.
Sure. Score update. Al-Ahly just scored against Mamelodi Sundowns at home.
I think it's gonna be a tricky one. This is really difficult to call. But if Mamelodi Sundowns fail to score at least one single away goal, it's gonna be a long return leg, because Pitso Mosimane won't go to South Africa as someone who doesn't know Sundowns. So Al-Ahly will have all the advantages that they've never had when they go to South Africa, you know.
So finally, Jeff, has Simba applied to have fans at the stadium?
I think they will be keen to do that. One thing that I'm scared about, you know, people have been talking about this COVID-19 thing and how teams have been cleverly using it as
and we know Simba.
Simba have been one of the worst, one of the most accused, or one of the most.
I remember what happened to FC Platinum.
Exactly. Even your comrade Victor Gomes, it happened to him when he was referee, the last Simba game.
It's what I want to know. You know those tricks. We know those tricks are there. Can we expect them?
But
I think having lost 4-0, you're going to be desperate. So I mean, I'm just raising the alarm here. I'm not so sure what will happen, but I won't be surprised. It's all I can tell you. I won't be surprised.
Okay. That was Jeffrey Leah, all the way from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
Thanks, chap.
That was Jeffrey.
Yes.
Insightful.
Yes. What did you pick up from him?
Insightful. Very well-informed.
Journalist.
A well-informed journalist who's picked up the key points. who has laid all the talking points for us to be aware of, and the way how he placed the game for us to dissect. I think we're well informed when it comes to this, as he touched on to key points on what may happen and what actually caused Simba to be in the position that they're in today.
Not they look giving, lethargic,
not giving, like we spoke with Tim, coming a day to a country, it doesn't give you enough time to actually to acclimatize. And again, Simba again not giving the respect that Chiefs deserve. Coming into this game big-headed, thinking because they are not doing well in domestic league, they think they can take over the team and they're just going to beat them like that. And again, it says it tells you about the competition. A competition is a different mindset, because there is a smaller margins when it comes to a competition, because the games are smaller than compared to a league. In a league, you can revive yourself. In a cup, you play once or twice, then you're out. So here, every game, the most difficult game in my experience is when you are playing a cup. For you to get into the final is a difficult game. When you play a final, it's more easier because everybody wants to be in the final. It's so you can't say to me that the final is difficult. The final is the easiest game where you can play because you're already there. What needs to happen is you apply yourself according to what the game will require you to do. Because if you cannot qualify, you cannot say, hey, this tournament was actually difficult. It wasn't, because you didn't get to the final. People that can tell you that are people that are at the final to say, no. Tracing back and what we have done, it makes more sense why we're here.
All right. Tim, before we continue with Chiefs, Sundowns just conceded, and we are watching that game. What happened there?
It was just on a counter. They lost the ball, and then it was a quick play and then a switch. But for me, Sundowns is trusting Morena on the right back. He's not a defender.
He's a right wing back.
He's a right wing back, but not a defender. So in the league here, they go away with murder. What Pitso has done is to overload that area. And then for me, in that position, he should allow the winger to dribble him on the outside of the field, because
they forced Shalulile right back.
They forced Morena to. Once he cut in, Morena came in, and there was no defensive block to try and prevent that ball. But it was a fantastic finish.
Same thing for you, Soso.
No, I think I pick up the few points here. I think what Pitso has done here is he's dropping too deep, and then he's trying to catch Sundowns on a counter-attack, which is exactly what happened when they had an overload on Morena, because Morena is the one player that's got more speed. So they're trying to block him from advancing and going to the last third or the second phase.
They don't want him to cross. Basically.
No, they don't want him to cross that phase. That's why they're putting an overload on his side. A little bit relaxed on Modiba's side, because they want to use Modiba as a point of reference where they overload on one side and then they go to the another side. Again, you see the way that they scored now, it's a counter-attack from them being on the low block, because you see they don't press Sundowns high. So they don't apply a counter-press. Meaning, if they're not applying counter press, they know they're going to be leaving spaces behind for the runners behind them. So what they're doing is they're going more into a medium block where they're staying more in the halfway line. So then if Sundowns make those mistakes, they can quickly regain position and then get into their final third. With Al-Ahly again, starting with a slow build-up, wanting Sundowns to counter-press them so they can leave spaces behind them. This is exactly what they are doing, because Sundowns is good on possessing the ball. They are offering a counter-press, they are winning position back, and also Al-Ahly is trying to win the ball as quick as possible. There's so many fouls that are happening right now, and emotions are going high, and then the ref has to come. The game has to be more calmer. And I think this is a tactic from Pito, because they see that Sundowns is trying to pick up and gain momentum. So what you do, you disturb the game. So then the players start losing concentration. So when they start losing concentration, they will have the upper hand to actually dictate the game to Sundowns offensive play. And again, you look at the ball orientation, how they're playing from the middle, and the switch of play from playing to the left to the right and playing into the half spaces. If you see the striker is dropping inside, and then they open the spaces behind Morena and Modiba.
For now, what Al-Ahly has done so well is to try and stretch the Sundowns team, especially. They have managed to separate the defense from the midfield and the strikers. They've got huge distances. Now, the advantage with the Sundowns that whenever they're getting the ball to the likes of Sorinho, Shaolili, and then Morena trying to succeed in getting there, is that they have got pace onto the ball. So in this moment in time, I think they need to encourage Solino to get onto the ball, to commit the players of
so they can make fouls,
force them into fouls, force them to get yellow cards. By the time they get into the second half, in the second leg,
apply caution.
They are less players and everything like that.
They are more cautious.
At this moment in time, that's what they have to do, because what I've seen is Al-Ahly has really stretched the team of Sundowns to an extent that they are struggling to reach the third quarter of the field, and they are a game that is not prevalent with the Al-Ahly is the aggressiveness on the ball, which they have adopted, which is exactly what Pizzo would love them to do.
And settle them.
And I think that
psychologically
that has affected Sundowns, because they're not being given a chance to play the way they want to play.
I guess he knew it as well.
No, Pizzo has all the tricks. He's done this to them. He's done that to them. Now he's doing it to us now. And again, I just need to point out one player that for me is making a mark in this game. I think Matupa.
Give Matupa
is raising his hands, and the way he's holding up to the ball. This is now where you need to find a little bit of intelligence from Shaolile trying to occupy the spaces behind Matupa, because Matupa is the one that comes short. And Shaolile has to use the half spaces behind Mutupa. So if he can do that, he can hit them because they are much slower at the back. So recognizing that, I think the setup should be a little bit different now. Try to play compact and narrow. They're trying to do that in the middle, but now they're opening up spaces on the wings. So what they need to do, don't give up the middle space, rather give it out on the side, because they can always cross. And remember, it's easy for them if they have ball retention to go from one side to another side, because look at the way that they're building up now. They are building up slowly so that Sundowns can press them. And they want you to come to them so you can open the spaces behind.
And tactics are out there for you to see.
You know, and what is happening is Sundowns is trying to push numbers up to try and press them. I think they should not make a mistake of falling into that trap, because Al-Ahly has got so fast-paced players who are comfortable onto the ball. You have got players that can hold onto the ball 1 or 2 seconds. That is key, because they're going to hold onto the ball and then they are willing to run over the ball. For me, what is important is for Sundowns to try and get hold onto that ball, especially in the midfield, spray it wide, force them to try and get back to defend, and then you don't rush it. Because once they're winning the ball, they're also trying to attack at the same pace. It's going to be very difficult for the likes of Motupa, Shaoli to get that breather to compete.
Onyango. That doesn't look good, eh?
Yeah, that is really bad. And that's a knee on the back, eh?
I feel this was very intentional from Al-Ahly.
No. At this moment in time, it was only Dennis who was having a look at the ball.
Let's have a look at this.
And remember, the keeper always have an advantage, and he needs to protect himself.
But you see his back.
No.
You see, Onyango's the one kicking.
No.
He has to protect.
But you see how he's protecting?
He has to.
That starts.
He has to.
Players
know. Players know.
What if VAR comes back?
Actually,
players know. You don't go to the keeper when he goes high up, because his foot is always going to be up. They always leave a knee out.
But did you see that specifically?
But he's in an advantage because he's using the hands.
All right. Me, I see VAR is coming.
You see?
If there is VAR, there is a possibility that they would call a penalty for that.
It's because it's a pen. Because he's literally kicking him.
But look, let's also dissect the fact that what are the possibilities of the player having the ball? Okay, see the aftermath.
The issue is if you look at the flight of that ball,
he caught it.
He stepped him before holding the ball. That the leg came out before holding on to the ball.
Yes, I can call that a foul.
If there was VAR on the African
that is
continent,
a foul.
It will be a foul.
It's a foul,
that is a foul. Yes,
but I don't think he's going to VAR.
No. But I think
he's not.
You know what?
Is there VAR there? No,
I thought there would be.
No,
I thought there would be.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's finish off the Chiefs job. Mind games are going to come. Dirty tricks are coming. Knowing how what's his team, FC Platinum was treated with COVID regulations. Apparently, some players had tested. All those results. Like today's lead today's 4 goals by Chiefs was so important that even if
they play that game,
even if Simba tries and plays these dirty tricks, you know,
they put themselves
they can still
ahead.
All Chiefs need is just that one goal away. To close the shop.
There are better ways of trying to go against it. One, you can decide to travel early, train in those conditions and acclimatize. So that gives you enough time to try and go for those tests and retests to confirm that you are COVID free, and then you beat them to their tricks. 2, send an advance team to book hotels, carry your own food, so that you're not shocked when it comes to meals and everything like that. Carry your own water. Some of those things can go by the by the advanced team. Chiefs is a big team; they can afford to do that. I think they should consider that, and then they go well prepared. They can defeat that. They can get their hotel in advance. They don't allow Simba to help them organize that. They can organize their own, traveling bus in advance. Everything can be done by the advanced team before they travel. So that by the time the team arrives, everything is in the hands of Kaizer Chiefs.
I think we had similar experience, if I can deviate a little bit. I think with the national team when we played in Ghana. We came to some hotel and then we ate some wrong food that was there. And then we had
running tummies.
We had running tummies. And then we lost 3-0. We lost 3-0 in the Olympic qualifiers.
So did you eat Ghanaian food?
Yes. But we didn't know because they put up the meat, they roast it nicely. With South Africans, you see a meat, you're like, I'm going in.
Is this like when it's like when you travel to Nigeria, they are good at pepper.
Oh, pepper!
So what they will
even
do,
Ghanaians,
they put pepper in everything.
So what they will do, the meals that will be served, they will have full pepper. And that's how we welcome our beloved visitors.
Pepper soup.
And now by the time it's gonna take you, maybe you take one day without eating, it's already affecting your
system,
fitness level. By the time you eat, it's different food in the system,
and it's hot.
You're already having that challenge. Then comes the water because it's very humid. And then
I think again, Tim is right. If Chiefs can prepare for this game, they can come up with a positive result again. They can actually get another maybe 2 or 3 goals away, because I'm sure by now they know the weaknesses, and Simba also have identified what will Chiefs bring in terms of the aerial presence, the deliveries in the box. They will have to work on that on the set pieces, and in an open play, how they need to press. And again, I will re-emphasize the food department is the very important
Carry your own food.
Carry your own food, your own water, because at this point, Simba was at our mercy. We decide to treat them well. We don't know what Simba will do. They've got a bad history of trying to play, trying to apply the dirty game, saying that you tested positive while you are negative, because they don't want, because they will identify players.
Key players.
They will identify key players that would give them a problem. So again, going early, doing the research, making sure that the hotel is booked, where you're sleeping, you monitor the diet, the food. Chiefs is capable, guys. I know that for a fact. They can do that. So it will be up to them if they get all these things. If these things catch them, it's going to be from their own doing.
No, for Simba to score or to win the game, they need to attack.
So and open up at the back.
It means they have to be willing to use numbers.
They are risky now,
So I mean, Chiefs should be smart enough. Sit back a little bit. Take your time. You have got something in your bag already. You have got a kitty. Use it to your advantage. First, hold on to frustrate them. The more they get frustrated, the more they start opening up. And then when it matters most, you pounce. You have got players that can keep the ball. You're comfortable on the ball. And then look for those dead ball situations, free kicks, corner kicks. That's your strength. You already have a question of 4 goals. They are looking for 4 goals first and foremost to try and equalize the game. And just look for that one goal for the start of the game. Look for that
and just kill it off.
I don't think Chiefs is under pressure at this game. They will only put pressure to themselves by wanting to do more
than what is necessary.
Because I think even them sitting back, just playing, not a full defensive game, because if Simba start attacking, they open gaps at the back. If they decide to sit back, it favors Chiefs again. So this is a well-placed game of chess that Chiefs has won already. But now the attitude that they've applied today, they need to take the same attitude to Tanzania. Then they will come back victorious.
All right. Okay, cool. Now we know Kaizer Chiefs has to rebuild their squad. So now, instead, when you purge, when you don't renew players' contracts,
yes,
which players do you think they'll be let go in building this future of Kaizer Chiefs? Where do you think some players? Which players anyway do you think will be specifically let go?
Specifically at this point, I'm looking at the middle.
Yeah.
Gavin would want maybe a fresher player to be there.
Because apparently Nange is coming there.
Yeah, so we're looking at a case of Katande.
Yes,
he's
let
a
go.
Senior player, so that's one of the players that can be making his way out.
Yeah.
Again, I still feel most of the Chiefs fans are not much happy about Manyama's position. Maybe if you be featured more into the position where he has managed to get player of the season, where he has done a lot in the league. I think that's the position that maybe we're going to see the true colors of Manyama. At this point, I think it's just a mix and match where they're trying to foster result, or maybe it's what the coach see that he can work with.
Yeah.
And then maybe another player would be Parker. I think maybe you'd
release Parker.
They will release him.
No, it will be for me.
I know fans want Parker gone.
No. You see,
chances are they won't renew Parker.
This is the biggest challenge that a team can encounter. The moment they start listening to the fan coaches, once you start listening to the outside voices.
Okay, we know we have a caller on the line, but Timothy, continue. We'll come to you.
You're gonna get affected. For example, they're the same fans who are saying they should, sell all those players, make the overall changes. Today you win 4-0, then it's well done. Amakosi for life. You understand? So as management, you shouldn't fall into that trap. It's very important that at this moment in time, you are managing the system, the team well. Know that fans will always support the team if the results are forthcoming.
Yeah.
If results are not coming, they're gonna turn against you. So for me,
there
are few players that can be let go. You can't leave a player like Parker to go. That experience is crucial, in those moments you need. If you look at Parker on the field of play, even when they have not been performing well, you can't fault effort and attitude of Parker. So for me, you cannot do that.
Yeah. Okay, we have a call on the line. Who's joining us? Hi, Lebu. How are you, sir? Hi, sir. What would you like to contribute?
No, but no, angasho ukuthi ngijabulile yabona
we cause
yeah ngikho
amakosi ajabulile. All right.
Yeah, no ngijabulile but ngisasho namanje yabona singablame coach asiphi yabona.
Yeah.
But siyadinga indaba ukuthi siface reality ukuthi ama players angathakhetha ama game yabo.
Yeah.
So akhetha ama game ama player so kuyisikhathi sokuthi manje kube nama player a releasewa eteamini yangitho.
Yes.
Kunama player ama-senior players anganiki lento besilindele kuwona.
Yeah.
Yayibona. Like ama-player afana no-Parker, I think, Katsande. Yayibona.
Parker Katsande.
Yeah, uParker, I mean, uParker usidlalele siyabo. Sithala sebukhosini.
Siyabonga.
Sekuyisikhathi sokuthi manje simkhulule, yayibona.
All right.
uKatsande isiyamazi, yayibona.
Yeah.
So kudala usebukhosini but
I think he ran out of airtime. Let's call him back. Okay, we are calling him back. I hope he answers. It's ringing. Awukaqedi baba. Qedelela.
Yeah, no. Enga-understand ukuthi uNange uzosenzelana.
Oh, yes.
So omunye ama-players wasayinile.
Apparently.
Mhlambe abantu amakhosi amaningi angeke avumelane nami mangathi mina mhlambe umfana osimlanda kuswayilusi uHamazini ikhonto azoyeda emkhosini but for mina ayikho into azoyenza.
Yeah.
I think kumele sihambe siye mhlambe eSouth America sithole 1 or 2 yama-defender.
Yeah, scouting.
Se-Europe sithole mhlambe wanyana
midfielder
nyana. Then-ke hlanganise lapho nalapho sitophenyana lapho awumbule ku-SuperSport.
Yeah.
So labafana abancane yabo, but abafana abancane ekudala bakhona banalidisc abayi-understand.
Abane-experience.
Yeah, ibona abane-experience. Not abafana abancane nje ngoba sifuna igazi encane, but abane-experience.
Yeah.
Like abuMukwena la ku-SuperSport. Kunentwana la ku-Golden Arrows. Akusiyintwana but uphile.
Yeah.
Uyabona? Udlala uyabona kunolunga lapha kuMaritzburg ku-Golden Arrows. Sorry.
Yeah.
Left back,
Golden
yeah.
Arrows ulunga.
Yeah, left back.
Kunodlondlo dlalela i-DTM.
Undlondlo indaba ithetho.
Abafana abafana singabathatha sibalethe etimini sibone ukuthi yini abangasizala la but lento ukuthi sanda abantu abadala kodwa no ake nginike amafront lapha eshuleni.
Indaba ka-coach yona.
Coach akadlali futhi
Akahlali.
Akadlali coach.
Mara ngiduwe uyeza neplan lokudlala.
Uyeza neplan but kusizana uza neplan kubeni abantu abacoacha nayo abacoach because ucoacha nga-add 10%. Yabo 90% melize ama-play.
Yeah. Alright.
Ama-player mele ucoach yabathe utezani kahle. Bona mele bangene eground and then implement icoach into abatsheleyo.
Yeah.
So iba buhlungu indaba ukuthi sibe nama-players. I mean siyamazi sonke uGavin Hunt. Singamkhohlwa uGavin Hunt ukuthi uyaphi.
Yeah.
uGavin Hunt maningi amateam acoachile. Almost enye nenye acoachile ube ne-cup.
Yeah. No, iqiniso.
But etimini efana ne-Chiefs. Mele sizuthi why.
Yeah. All right. Siyabonga. Thank you. We are purging. Did you hear all of that, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good analysis. He still wants Parker to go. There's need to keep stability, especially in the big teams, the big citizens. You are seeing it with Sundowns at this moment in time. They are slowly taking out Kekana.
Yeah, Langerman, Mabunda.
But you realize that
they're rebuilding.
Not even that, but it has been ongoing. The players that are replacing those likes of Kekana, Langman, they have been part of the team.
Yeah.
So they didn't just say no, you go out. They are very competitive. If you play Kekana right now, it still deliver. But that expertise that is sharing and
he didn't even travel, Tim.
Exactly, but I understand. We understand. If you have been in football, we understand.
Yeah.
That when the new broom comes, it wants to sweep
clean
past all people associated with the past technical
Success,
team.
Yes.
So we have realized that in Africa it's even worse. So what teams need to do, if I was in that position, you need to cultivate a position of appreciating your players. What does that do to players? You win their loyalty onto the team.
Yeah.
They will serve you. And even the young player that is coming, even when huge amounts of money come with offers, he will not be tempted to leave because he sees that there is loyalty and it's being appreciated and he can be kept in the annals of history of that club. So those are some of the things that clubs don't do and miss on that. A player of Kekana's caliber, I would feel that is being is getting the wrong side of the stick. Yeah, but some people will say it's football, but we are saying it can be done better. Senior players,
how he's being phased out.
Yeah, so senior players are still paramount. I still believe that Park has been very exemplary, very professional when it has come to this campaign of Kaizer Chiefs, where almost everybody didn't come to the party. His attitude, professionalism cannot be doubted.
Yeah.
And I think the young players can pick a leaf from that.
So you keep Parker.
I'll keep Parker.
Okay, so Katsande?
Manyama. With Katsande, depending
on what?
Depending on how the management view him, I think he should be roped into management of Kaizer Chiefs.
He should retire.
He should be roped into.
I'm saying he should retire.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, call time on his career.
No, as a player, he may want to continue playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If that's what he wants, then he has to make a choice to move away from Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
However, if Kaizer Chiefs can accommodate him for life after football, I think he has been a great servant of Kaizer Chiefs.
Okay, cool. Kune?
Yeah. That one is still a little bit tough.
Do we purge Kune?
I think
rebuild, get a new goalkeeper, Brendan Peterson.
No, I think at this point, we have to look in terms of like again how we phase out our players in the team. we need to really look at
It's
that.
being really nice.
Yeah.
No.
I want to explain something.
Goalkeepers age with get better with age.
Yes, that's
we
why.
know.
That's why
I'm still playing.
That's why I'm saying.
Goalkeepers and central defenders.
Andre Aronson played till he was 41.
Yes, that's why I'm saying we need to phase out players. Let us give a good bridge to that. Yes, with keepers it's different. It's unlike the players that played in the middle of the park. So when we're looking at the keepers, we view them differently. Yes, he might be heavy. Let us not take the personal issues into his personal performances. Yes, they go handy. At this point, it was just that unfortunate. We know what he has done.
Yeah,
but again, keepers will always have to rebrand themselves because they have a larger span than the players that are playing in the infield. So now I'm saying, yes, the keepers that are there, day in, day out, they are learning. And he becomes the example of what is Chiefs when it comes to the goalkeeping department. We start looking back. We look at Brian Baloyi.
Chiefs.
You see,
we start looking at Brian Baloyi, Ronan Fernandez, Emil Baron, all those keepers. We look at them and then we say, okay, who's coming in that will say, okay, now we are into a new era, in a new phase. Yeah. This is where we're starting to build.
For me, given the season that has been and the tragedy that has befallen Kune, I can assure you they shouldn't release Kune. Kune has to be kept into the annals of Kaizer Chiefs. There are few goalkeepers that can compete with Kune overall in the whole DSTV league. So you cannot lose an experienced goalkeeper in Kune because of this season. You know, if you look, even the goalkeepers that you may try to name, to replace Kune, I think it's not. What I would love Kune to do is to try and focus on his fitness levels, so that he does not let himself down. He still has some 5 years to offer in football on the field of play.
You see, you still okay. You keep him.
You keep him.
You keep Kune.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Simple.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, and then we have Eric Matoho. Experienced campaigner. Do you purge or you?
No, let me tell you, there are
purge or you keep him.
There are few positions. There are few positions
that
you can easily replace players. When it comes to central defending is key. We get better like old wine, you know. So he's still very instrumental. His aerial presence is there.
Yeah,
he's fighting part of that. I would love a partnership of a cool-minded player besides him to try and guide him so that he can enjoy the game.
Yeah,
but the performance of Kaizer Chiefs overall has not allowed so many players to be comfortable during the season. So I think it will get better with this with next season.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then we have Ramashwem Pashele. Stay or you purge?
Yeah, within the two, I've listened to one of his interviews. He spoke largely about him being roped into a center back while he's a right back. I think his preference, he would like to play.
Does he still have that pace though? To be right back, up and down,
that's
like a Tapelo Moreno.
That's why I'm saying he mentioned quite a few positions that I know personally that he has played in the development ranks while he was coming up, and also at Swallows. So he's a player that can play multi-position.
Yeah.
But I think in a position where he's placed right now, I'm not so comfortable because it's in the heart of it's in the heart of the field. Any mistake that happens, it becomes a goal. At least when you're playing outside, you still have cover from your midfielders or your defense. So
for me, central defenders, you're as good as your right full back and a left full back. If those are wanting, then it means that you have to be smart enough, because when you the more the right full back moves upfield, then you've got the right cover. Central defender try and get in. And then if there's a quick switch into the ball into the middle, then you have to get onto your bike to get back into the middle. So that position of play is very key. That's why I'm convinced that a central defender has to play more than 3 positions in the field of play, or 4. and his level of anticipation is okay. When I hear a player saying he prefers the right hand, the right side, now for me, I'm hearing a player who is saying I'm used to playing with ball players. When you're playing in Sundowns, they have more of the ball. They can share it. So your level of working hard and running and everything is less because you all have the ball all the time. Now you are a team of Kaizer Chiefs where their ball retention is poor. So in your position, you are being attacked every after a minute. That's what players, defenders in small teams encounter every week. The attack is unbearable. So you need to stand out. So for me, if I'm a Sundowns scout or Kaizer Chiefs scout or Orlando Pirates scout, I'm gonna sit back and look for players when they are playing against lesser teams. When you have the other cheapers playing Chakuma and everything like that. That's why I'm gonna sit and watch which central defenders, which midfielders to get, because at that level you are picking the intelligence levels of the players and how they apply themselves. If you go to scout a player playing Celtic against Kaizer Chiefs, a Celtic player is extra motivated to compete against the Kaizer Chiefs player. So you will miss the level of professionalism in those levels. So for me,
do we keep him? That's the question.
No, you keep him for one more season. For me, what I'm interested in, the players that are going to come are not going to gel in automatically. Because remember, any new player is coming under this pressure that Chiefs is a big team and it has underperformed. So it's going to have that feel of that pressure. Now, these players of Kaizer Chiefs today now, they're already there. They're already prevalent. If the senior players are saying, no, I don't want to renew for one season or more, then it makes sense for the management to say, okay, you can go. That's fine. But if he's willing to be part of the squad for the next one season to compete, I think they have got a very good squad to build on to compete next season.
Yeah. Okay.
I also feel the same. If you're gonna make wholesome changes at the back, it's going to cripple you, because Gavin Hunt will be we will be the same people that will say again, let's give him another chance to work with the back line, because there's one critical position that you have to look at. In the midfield, yes, we're looking for creativity. Everybody can get there and then it can gel. But when it comes to the when it comes into the defensive organization, those are key positions. So even if you get like 2 players per position, it's much easier for those players to gel. And then if one gets injured, one comes in. So it's more like it's like for like when you are replacing. So you can't just get rid of that whole combination at the back and get a new combination, because you're going to be leaking, because now there still needs to be a telepathy between those players, the communication, and already those players know each other. Yes, Tim is right by saying give them another season, and then while Gavin is rebuilding, maybe if it's a 5-year or 6-year or 7-year plan, then we know, and these players that we are signing, which direction we are taking. But to make changes now, because we just want to make changes, we're going to go to square one again.
Yeah. If you look at the Chiefs players celebrating today for each and every goal amongst themselves, I could only see the camaraderie. What this season has done to them is that it has built that bond, the willingness to compete for each other. And I believe that if the team is kept together and then they get those goals, because what is disorganizing Kaizer Chiefs is when they take long to score goals. So that affects them. They start to panic. So they have not mastered that level of patience and maturity that they can go a goal behind and then try to get themselves and get over. That's the confidence you're seeing in teams like Sundowns. But it comes with time. And next season, if Gavin Hunt is given an opportunity to continue, I can guarantee you that he has learned so many lessons in one season for him to be very competitive.
Again, Spirit, I think what's key here in the culture of Kaizer Chiefs, if Chiefs scores 2 early goals, they are bound to create more and score more. Today, we witnessed that. A Chiefs that gets scored first, you are looking for a draw or you're looking for a bad result to go their way. So this has been proven for Chiefs. Me playing for them and against them, I've always knew that Chiefs will offer you time and space to think, to play. They will not play like your Arrows or they will not play like your TTM or your Leopards. They are a team that plays with a structure, a team that wants to keep the ball, wants to give you space you can turn.
Yeah.
In other teams, it's always pound for pound, 1v1. Always there's a man behind you. So now you find the Chiefs that gets motivated, they get the first goal, they start believing that they can gear up for the second, for the third. Like today, the chances that you see that they scored, you could look at the goals and in the minutes that they've been scored. You look at a goal that came in the 6th minute, and then you look at a goal that came in the 34, 57, and 63. It tells you those margins in between. What does it mean for them? Because they know when they get the first one, let's get another one, and shut the game down.
You know, speaking about this Kaizer Chiefs team, for me, I would love Kamabirian to be kept, and I would love him to be on the field of play. Once they get Kamabirian fit and on the field of play, I can guarantee you that Kaizer Chiefs team is going to be different too. If they can get the players individually to play for the team first and foremost, and then play for themselves later, I think they will enjoy the game. Today you saw it. They went out, got the first early goal, the second goal, and then their individual brilliance started coming through. Now, when things have been tough, players have been playing to look like they are performing well. In football, we have players, when the team is not performing well, they start playing for the name on the back of the jersey. Now, what if that is not managed well? You'll get players, even when the team has lost 5-0, for them they claim to have played well, and then you have challenges. So it's very important always to insist that the team comes first, play for the team first. If it means taking a yellow card, making those fouls, fight for the team first and foremost before you, is very key. That's why if you approach me and do a consultance on how your team can perform better, I will tell you, for example, you need to accommodate to give winning bonuses also to the team players that have not played. The reason being,
they're part of the team.
They prepare the team that are the players that have been
trained with them.
Exactly. They
human
them.
cones.
So what is important is the whole squad will not be on the field of play. So what do? You need to put a sweetener in for them. They become self-sustaining for one another. Once you create that family atmosphere, then it's no longer about what am I gonna get. It becomes for what the team is gonna get. And once you cultivate that processes in the team, you build them, you win that. If you look at, for example, if you listen about the bonus structure of Sundowns, I'm not surprised they are winning.
Everybody gets paid.
I'm not surprised they are winning
because they can.
Exactly, because what's happening is if you're feeling a nigo, you know, he's gonna be honest to the coach and say, listen, coach, I've got a nigo in my hamstring. A player who is better, let him play. Unless when the coach says, no, I need you in this game, then you play. So there is that honesty. So you don't have a player forcing to be on the field of play because he's looking at the bonus, and then it's costing the team in those areas. So those come with time of, you know, having experienced player behavior and everything like that. So those are the ingredients that make a team to win.
Okay, cool. Now let's wrap up this Chiefs talk. I'm gonna give you names. Just say stay or go. Daniel Cardoso. I don't want reasons. Daniel Cardoso.
No, you keep him.
Keep.
Yeah, you're a bit skeptical.
Then. Keep. Because I'm still trying to balance between Matoho, Mpatlele, and him.
Anthony Age.
Yeah.
Anthony Age.
Age, go.
Okay. So Tim?
You loaning him out.
Anthony Age loaned out. Sharp. Kieran Bakas. Stay or go? So.
Stay.
He stays.
Yeah. Wow.
Good role player.
I didn't see that coming.
A good role player.
Ooh, Lazarus Kambole.
Go. Unfortunately, he had the road deal.
Go.
I think he has failed to adopt. He will be let go.
Okay, Leonardo Castro.
He stays.
Simple. Okay. Simple.
He can give us something.
Okay, cool. No, we'll leave it there for that one. Okay, earlier today we saw what's this team? We saw Maritzburg. No,
Maritzburg.
Africa, Baba.
Shakuma Maritzburg.
They lost to TTM, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That battle for relegation is
heating up.
It's heating up, ne?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you watch the game?
Yes, I did.
What did you make of the encounter?
End-to-end game.
Yeah.
Tactical game. With both team creating scoring opportunities. And I feel there's an instance where coach felt that he was cheated by the goal and then he got incensed. He even walked up to the pitch. They had to be begged to come back.
Yeah.
Knowing the coach is very short-fused. So when decisions are not going his way and he's under pressure, because I know they probably might have had a meeting with him at the office, Mr. Kaduria.
Yeah.
And then they're starting to lay down the plans to say, hey, save the team or else something is coming. So now you could tell the way how frustrated he was to get the 3 points. But I believe from the last performance that they have and they got the 3 points, it was going to be best if they win this next one to at least keep themselves safe. Because I think what puts them under pressure is for every team to get to that 32 or 33 points for them to be safe. But if you're still idling, positions can still change right from the top all the way to the bottom. It's still difficult. So you can't really give in at this point. Again,
28 points.
Likes of Kutumela didn't actually show up to the party. I saw also Julius Musiamedi, which I feel at this point now, Kutumela is being used a lot to be the guy that plays as a 10.
Yeah.
And then now Musiamedi is failing to adapt to the system that the coach wants him to play. As Peter would say, he always shows up to big matches. This is important now.
Yeah. All matches are important for him.
This is where he needs to come through. And if Kutumela is being marked out of the game, we need another striker to come to the party. And this game offered not a lot of offensive play, but it offered a lot in terms of in the middle, because most ball position was in the middle, lesser than like if you look at the shot on target, they weren't enough, because both teams played with a handbrake up, with TTM wanting to get up from where they are and Maritzburg also trying to run away. And for TTM, I think this is very positive from them, from coming from a cup, and then again they get another 3 point. In a normal cases, when you have won the cup, your mindset start dropping because you start thinking about bonuses, what you're going to buy and whatnot. But I respect those players for their level of professionalism, knowing that they still need to save their bread, which is their team. They need to keep their salaries, because if they do go to the NFD, that means there's a huge cut. Whatever that they're going to be using those bonuses that they've got, it means they need to have a surplus at the end of the year. But again, kudos to them for taking game by game at a time. And having the coach back on the bench also. And that whole stuff, you can see how motivated they are. They just need to keep their head up and pick each game as it comes.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Who's joining us? Caller on the line. Hello. Okay, they're giving us the silent treatment. Okay, moving right along. Tim, TTM fighting for survival.
I think they have saved themselves a lot. Their performance, they're not bad players. They had their own challenges that they could not cope until the change of management, change of coaches, that affected them.
Yeah.
But you have a sense that the players are quite happy and trying to get themselves in, to try and play for themselves first and foremost before the team. Now, when you look at Maritzburg United, also, they have tried to perform and get themselves out of that relegation quagmire, but it's not going according to plan. They pick up 3 points, then they drop 3 points, make a draw. So it has not been all that well. For me, I think 1 and 2 have already decided themselves. In between 3 and 7, they can always exchange positions.
Yeah.
And then you have got from 8 to the last one. I can tell you. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You may feel that Black Leopard is already gone, but I can tell you, they can pull out one from yes, they can win their 3 games left. They can win their 3 games.
3, 6, 9.
Yes, because they are chasing Chippa. Unless Chippa now wins their next game, then the Black Leopards will be like assured.
Of error
so in that position there, from 7 to 16, all of them they have a chance to be pulled into that relegation quagmire. They can still go for the playoff position. So no one is still safe. Each and every team needs to win almost their next game.
It's nice there at the bottom, man.
Nice.
The bright stands are on fire. Anyone can be roasted.
19 points, Black Leopards. Cheaper, 25.
Yeah.
Stellenbosch, 26. TTM, 28. Maritzburg, 28. Bloem Celtic, 28. Kaizer Chiefs, 30. Anyone there?
Yeah.
Anyone can be pulled into
Chiefs is safe. Chiefs is safe.
No, they are safe from relegation.
Yes.
But the ambition of Kaizer Chiefs is to be
on the top 8.
True.
Yes.
However, you know, the margins to get in that top 8 is also not easy for them.
Yeah. Okay. We have a caller on the line. Who's calling us? Hello. Caller on the line. Okay, again, silent treatment. Okay, moving along. We saw AmaZulu lose to Baroka. Yeah, hey, the hype. Hey.
You see,
what happened? What happened there?
You see, most of the challenging part is, hypeness, celebrations are for the fans. You don't allow that to creep into the players, the technical side. Once it does that,
they wanted favors from Pirates.
I told you guys.
It destabilizes the team.
Yes, I told you.
But for me, you know, when you get ahead of yourselves, I think they're a good team. But I don't feel, and I can guarantee that they are not a finished product yet. They need to continue building this brand of AmaZulu to become very competitive. So the good performances should not now start to excite them. They should be part and parcel of them, that when they do it week in, week out, they are happy about the progress. And then over time, that progress will show. But I've lived to accept that in this beautiful country of South Africa, you know, players, coaches will always hype up themselves before the game, and when they lose, they don't come back to tell us what happened. So then they would, you know, it's the nature, you know, they hype the game, and from where I'm coming from, we are very quiet, and then we start speaking after the game, you know. That's because a team is weak after you have beaten. So you cannot proclaim the team is weak when you have not beat them. The moment you beat the team, you know you are the superior team. So that's the nature, you know, we cultivate. For example, now Kaizer Chiefs can claim Simba is a weak team. Because they have got every reason to believe so.
Damn, because I'm thinking, hey, Sundowns dominance. What will it take to stop it?
I think next season,
we're
gonna see a little bit of a shake-up.
How?
With AmaZulu putting this pressure, it's all about consistency now. Yes, they are.
So if AmaZulu finish second, they'll be on the same up and down as Sundowns.
Yes.
Will they cope with those demands?
The thing is, yes, I see the coping side. I think with Sundowns over the years, they've turned this to be much easier than the teams that will be on their debuts. They will be starting to do the same travels as Sundowns. It poses a lot of question in terms of the pool of players that they'll be signing. It poses again in the way that they're going to be managing their games. And again, if you're going to be having a bigger squad, it puts you at an advantage. Like Sundowns, how they're doing it now. Because at some point, they will not let other players to travel so then they can rest them. How are they going to prioritize? This becomes important now for the teams that are now into the CAF. You're just going to be roped into the CAF. So with Sundowns' dominance, I think teams are going to find it hard to catch up with Sundowns.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Who's joining us? Hello? Very strange. Okay, let's call them back. Tim, continue.
For me, you're talking about Sundowns' dominancy. We should all agree for the fact that if you look at the team like AmaZulu, their average age players, it has got an advantage. If they continue playing the way they are playing, they will be very competitive next season. If you look at this moment in time, we're talking about Kaizer Chiefs. There is no way Kaizer Chiefs can perform the same this season, next season. That's I can guarantee you. If it happens, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You called us, sir. Who are we talking to?
Yeah, it's not serious.
Okay.
So you have so many teams that are going to be very competitive. I expect Golden Arrows to be one of those that can cause a few, challenges. I'm not ruling out the possibility of John Maduka coming on board.
Coming on board where?
It's going to be competitive. Bloemfontein itself is going to be competitive. Cape Town City.
Yeah. But
I believe they're going to
I mean, gives 4 games to go. And right now, I can safely say Sundowns is going to win the league. 3 points away.
No, that's
with
for
3
sure.
games, with 3 games to go,
60.
they will have. Who will take Sundowns to the wire
next season?
Yeah, no, this is done.
No, this season is done, and I can guarantee you that. But if you look at the way Sundowns is playing, remember, they've got a huge pool of players, but that pool of players, not all of them have got game time. They have been a little bit more consistent this season with a special number of players playing. So for me, next season, it may take a toll. We have seen that with Al-Ahly at this moment in time, because with the Al-Ahly, what has happened is that they played the league, CAF Champions League, the club competition, and now during the course of the season, they became tired. The injuries are cropping in.
Yeah.
Yes, we know the management has done better in Sundowns, but it's a natural body. You're going to have those impact. So for me, that competition is very key. Also, Sundowns has always benefited from the fact that they always have games in hand.
Yeah.
So they specifically know how to manage and play those games. For me, I would love the PSL to structure such a way that if games are missed because of the CAF engagement, then Sundowns can play those games, so that you don't have a team playing having 4 games
in hand. Yeah.
I think it's a disadvantage to the rest of the competing squad teams.
Okay, cool. Okay, we can move on now. We also Bafana has a new coach, and the technical team that's coming, he's bringing someone from Belgium. He says it's a friend of his. The guy is currently in
Cape Town?
No. Sorry, Cyprus. The guy is still in Cyprus right now. He's coaching a cup final, but as soon as that is done, he will come and join. Chedomir something, I forgot his name. He's from Macedonia, but he lives in Belgium. But the saga here is Ntseki. Apparently, they parted ways with Safa, but now in an interview with Tabiso Musia and radio, coach said Ntseki will be his second assistant. Like, did Safa throw Hugo Bruce under the bus? Because Safa came out and saying we've had widespread rumors that it's not true. Like, why? The guy hasn't even coached. He's barely started his job, and Safa is already throwing him under the bus. Does he even want Ntseki to be his? How did you read that situation, Soso?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think this is just Safa trying to rescue themselves from the mess that they've made. And then now it's encroaching to the coach, because I know a coach will always want to bring an individual that he trusts, that they're going to achieve the objective that is set for the job. So having Teki there and having a coach that knows that the current coach that was there was no longer in the system, and then already to hear that he's going to be the second assistant, I think it's something that needs to be looked at in terms of the management on how they actually got that, or is it them trying to play a cleanup game, or is there something that we don't know? Because this is them. It was well known that Ntseki has parted ways with the national team. They even made a press conference, if I'm not mistaken, right? So now and then again, having him back again as an assistant, what does it say? It only means one thing to me, that Safa is trying to clean up for their mess that they've made, because Nzeki wanted to take them for cleaners. He had a case against them to the CCMA for unfair dismissal. So, but we don't know. Maybe
or pay him out, basically.
I can safely maybe say that maybe they do not afford him to pay him out.
Yeah.
So maybe they want to keep him up until the bulk of the money is
paid.
Is paid. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Tim. Caller on the line. Who's joining us?
Nah, forget that guy.
Hello. maybe. What if something's wrong with our cables? Hello. Are you there? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on now. But yeah, Tim, continue. Sorry.
It's very interesting. There are various ways how to look at it. One, I think Safa hastily acted on not qualifying by trying to make a decision to sack the coach. How they did it, in my opinion, it would have been done differently, because Fonseca has been a great servant of Safa, and you would think that they would have that relationship that you can look at which services he can offer even when you don't wish him to continue. Yes. And now they find themselves that they didn't expect maybe the reaction of Coach Nseki to take them to the CCMA. And then they knew that maybe they're going to pay a lot of money, and then they wanted to give him maybe a position that he turned down. And now they find themselves that they make an announcement that they will need a local coach to assist Hugo Bros. Now, unknown to them, I think Hugo Bros made a decision to make an analysis of which kind of assistant he needs.
Yes.
And with this team and the research, you could find that they're only finding Nseka as the only person they can trust on the project ahead. I would believe that Hugo Bros had a conversation maybe with Stuart Baxter and the like, and the former coaches.
They always do that.
And the reference is getting back to Nseki. And then Hugo Bros decides who his assistant is. Now, this is what is key. Safa is in a dilemma that they have got a coach who may be willing to speak his mind and stand for himself. Other than the position of the federation. So they're going to struggle on how to maintain such a coach, that a coach is having to analyze and proclaim how he wants to build a team to be winning, as opposed to the federation. The federation may want instant results. The coach has gone on record saying we should be realistic. Expecting to qualify for the World Cup is far-fetched, but we shall be competitive.
We'll try.
I think that's very smart.
We'll try.
So he has put down all the fires. Everybody knows that under these circumstances, there is no way you can win the World Cup. You can qualify for the World Cup, but he's 100% sure that as they build, they're going to make some weaknesses, but they can still qualify for the World Cup. And that is the honesty we need to hear. So I think time has come for Safa to accept to be the governors of the game in South Africa, and let the professionals, the technical people, take over and do what is best for the game of football in this country.
Safa is just a mess. Okay, cool. Let's wrap it up now. Orlando Pirates play Raja Casablanca. Thoughts, please. So I know you have your papers there. What does your analysis say there?
My analysis says I'm worried for Pirates because they've got so many injuries. That's one thing that is going to disadvantage the coach. I don't know how far they went with Jele's injury, Lodge, Monare, Sam, Terrence, Mohango. I'm sure the coach will be hoping he has these players back.
Perez is a hospital.
So I'm hoping that he has these players back. Looking at Casablanca, Raja Casablanca, they've won all their 6 matches and they finished top of the group. They are 3 times CAF champions. And they're 12 times championship. They won the championship 12 times. They are on their second domestic. They are second on the domestic arch rival with Wydad. There's a couple of players that I've seen on this team that could give Pirates a problem, and the coach is widely aware of it, which is Ben Malango, Rahim, and then Mahmoud. These are some of the players, depending on how they're going to set up, whether they're gonna have that front pack. And I think for me, it's gonna be equally important that Pirates try to salvage a win at home to secure themselves, because if they go away, it's going to be tough for them. So with Pirates starting on a good foot with their injuries that they have, I also trust Pirates. They'll be motivated with what Chiefs has done at home. They'll try to emulate that and try and get themselves into a positive score sheet. So whether they get a 1-0 draw or a goalless draw, it works at their advantage, because if they go away, they get a goal, it's much better. With the hospital that they have, I'm just hoping that also with the coach tries to have a natural striker. This is when I would want to see my best striker from AS Vita.
Okay, cool. Okay, we have a caller on the line. Who's joining us?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Well, thank you. You're speaking to Tapelo Sikete.
Hi, Tapelo.
How are you?
I just want to say I support Orlando Pirates, and I feel that it's going to be a tough game tomorrow against Raja, given the fact that we have challenges in terms of injuries and stuff. But in terms of Raja, they've been consistent throughout the tournament and also in their league. So it's going to be a tough match. I don't see us winning, honestly.
Have some faith, Mapagania. Have some faith.
I see us getting a draw. A draw will be
that's a huge win.
I would say a good result for us, but I don't see us winning. If we win, that would be luck. Let us be honest.
So tell me, how would you sum up your Orlando Pirates this season?
Well, honestly, it has been a tough season, given the fact that if you look at some of our key players, we had injuries here and there. We also had some inconsistencies in terms of how the team has been playing, and also how the coach has with his squad, whereby he was playing a first 9 with what's his name, Ndambo. And sometimes you'd ask yourself, why is he not giving a guy like Mhango, even if Mhango is not 100% fit? But I think based on his experience, he would give you better option as compared to Ndambo. Like his runs on and off the ball, I think would create more space if they play 4-4-3 formation as compared to Ndambo, who's more of a natural midfield. But as also Lodge has been about 15 games out. So if you think about it, it also contributed to how the team has been playing. So
half a season.
I think if the coach doesn't qualify us to the concert finals, I see him leaving.
Whoa! Has he done a bad job though?
Well, I don't really think he has done a bad job per se, but I think if maybe us as supporters were attending games in stadiums, I know for a fact that he would have gone already. That's a fact.
That's harsh.
All right, thank you, sir.
No, thank you very much.
You listen,
If you're gonna find a very consistent team, then we're talking about Raja Casablanca. They won all their games in the qualifiers. They are good scorers of goals. They scored 5 goals at home and 8 goals away, meaning they are willing to play an open game and very competitive. So this Moroccan side, remember, Morocco is trying to establish themselves as one of the, outstanding African competitive nation.
True.
On the African
as
continent.
A powerhouse.
So they have tried to resource up all the teams and be competitive. So this is not any different. So pound for pound, Raja Casablanca has got competitive players compared to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
There are going to be those margins in error. Those are going to be very crucial.
Yeah.
Those small details on the field of play is why they're going to punish Pirates.
Yeah.
At this moment in time, it doesn't look like the Pirates camp is in order.
How? In what sense?
If you look at the team selection and everything like that, but I was more interested in the presser by the coach after the previous game.
Yeah.
I was trying to read between the lines and have a feeling that he has been told to continue
the job,
but he's not willing to continue.
Yeah,
it feels like that. It's like it is surprising to him because he doesn't understand how this team can beat maybe Black Leopards and all of a sudden they can't win the next game. That consistency is puzzling him. So he's not understanding the level of performance of his players. These players are confusing him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't understand his players and how they can perform. So for me, it's a team that is just desperately in need of the end of the season.
Yeah, like they just want to see the season.
They just want the season to end. Yeah. So to compete against Raja Casablanca, on paper, I don't see Pirates
going through,
desiring to win.
Yeah,
I'm seeing Pirates willing to honor the fixture than competing against Raja Casablanca.
Yeah. In the scheme of things, also, how important is Pirates winning this competition? Because on the log they are fourth, and they might not get a CAF position, but if you win this competition, automatically go into the CAF Champions League. Yeah.
Looking at the thinness of the squad, it's looking impossible to do. But again. I speak based on attitude factor. If players bring the correct attitude and they try and fight, not try and honor the fixture, as Tim is saying, it's normal. It's going to happen when you are robbed out of your cream or cream of the crops of players that are there.
Yeah.
So I think there's players that will be given a chance. It's very important for them to apply themselves full-minded and being in a position to emulate what Chiefs has done.
Yeah.
Yes, we might write them off like how we did with Simba.
Yeah.
It's their chance also to revive themselves, try to give us something to cheer up to. Yes, it's important for them to win this cup so then they can qualify to be on the big boys.
Yeah.
And them already sitting fourth on the league, it will mean that they will miss out on going join the big boys. So if they clinch this one, they're putting themselves on a position where they can play they can play with the big boys. Again, I'm just looking at the game tactics that has to be applied by the coach. Looking at a Raja Casablanca that have an appetite of scoring, and always wants to take the game to the teams. I'm looking at a reinforced midfielder for them. At least maybe try use the wings. That it's easy to be dealt with because as we're watching the game right now, we're looking at the teams, the northern teams or the western or the eastern teams, how they're applying themselves. On the later stages of the game, they always like to use the center of the half. And that becomes very important. So now if Pirates can reinforce their midfield, and defensively, they can always maybe bypass that.
Yeah,
I know they're having trouble. They only have Sunderland in goals. You still have Mponjana also is out, and then they have a youngster that is on the bench. So they just need prayer and hope that Sunderland is not put into so much pressure that if he gets injured, that youngster has to be thrown in. So reinforced defense, also reinforced midfield, and also them at least try and play on the counter play, and don't try and counter press a team that is on fire, a team that is seeking second on the domestic league that has done so well in this cup. It's for them not to fully engage themselves. Yes, I know they are playing at home.
Yeah,
Let's just have they should have a feel of what the Raja Casablanca will bring.
Yeah.
Maybe also they would have applied the wrong tactics by maybe not coming here early to acclimatize. If they do that, Pirates needs to work on that advantage also.
Okay, cool. Okay, we have a voice note. Let's have a listen.
Good evening, my brothers. Thank you very much for such a good job. What you are doing is, we really appreciate it. I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan, Kaizer Chiefs supporter. My name is Muzai Simjali. I'm a religious brother, Roman Catholic brother. Yes. Anyway, thank you. Actually, I'm glad with the results, positive result that we got as Kaizer Chiefs. I think they are very important. Those 4 goals that you scored are very important, even though we tend to be against the mostly with Gavin Hunt, including the players, with the performance of the guys, especially in DSTV Premier Soccer League. It's becoming a problem, and we're not happy, all of us as supporters. But what they have done, somehow they've shown us that actually they are still hungry. It's just that we don't know what exactly is happening. But we say thank you very much to Gavin Hunt. Thank you very much to his technical team, and together with his brothers, they should continue, keep it up, and give us a good performance and good results as we need. This game, it was one of the games that we'll never forget in our lives. Even though when it comes to when we are playing at home, it becomes a problem, especially when we are playing in league. Those games that we have already lost, we're supposed to be somewhere position 4, position 5, but I don't know what can we say. But apart from that, thank you very much, boys. Good luck for the next few games that are coming. We have done a good job. For you to qualify to this to this stage where we are so far, it's another credit, a good credit for the community, for the team on its own. It's a history. Thank you very much. We are happy, and I'm glad. Actually, my evening is just something else. I'm glad. Thank you very much.
It is something else.
Hey, the mood has changed. Yeah,
that's what you have been missing. One for the road. One for the road, just to be in that moment.
Yeah.
But look, this is what it takes. There are people, the pride of being associated with the winning side,
Yeah.
It's out of this world. I'm sure tomorrow there are so many yellow t-shirts that are gonna be on the streets. People are gonna get their t-shirts out of their wardrobe.
I feel sorry for those who have already banned the t-shirt. They must go buy another one.
Okay, going back to Pirates. What is your prediction? Tim, start with you.
2-0 in favor of Raja Casablanca.
Of Raja?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're gonna kill you.
It's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah, 2-1.
To Raja.
Yeah, 2-1 to Raja.
You see a goal from Pirates.
Yeah, a goal can be manufactured, considering the factors, the points that I've made. Should Raja Casablanca, but I think they're a big team. They know they're experienced in this tournament.
Yeah.
Probably they can acclimatize much quicker than the other teams getting into our altitude.
Yeah.
Because we're playing in a high altitude. If we were playing maybe in Durban, where the altitude is a bit lower, it becomes fair for everyone. But at this point, we're looking at a point where if they come here late, they're going to be disorganized. And also, we need to, at least as South Africans, stop being nice. Because these countries are not nice to us.
What do you mean nice?
No, like how Sundowns has been treated when they started with the CAF.
Yeah,
but there's always.
So even if you are not nice, you're gonna take me to Garden Court Hotel.
Yeah.
So that's your lowest.
No.
That's your lowest. You can.
No, take them to Pretoria or something. Let them camp there somewhere.
No, the teams sort out their own logistics now.
Yeah, but
they changed that
again. It's difficult. Gone are the days where you get into a hotel and they organize, a disco, a party, and everything like that
to disturb you guys.
You don't sleep. They organize you, those ladies to come and visit and party.
They start knocking at your rooms deliberately, and those are sent.
Food is served late. The bus to track the team to for training comes late. all those were always tricks just to dismantle and disorganize the team. So, but if you prepare your players to know that can happen and everything like that, if it happens, then the players can laugh about it and still remain level-headed and just be ready for the game. So for me, African football has come a long way.
It has
come a long way. Now I can tell you the playing field is level. African football has come a long way. I can tell you. Now it's better. It's better.
Because of the team, Ugandan international.
No,
all these qualifiers.
We traveled. I experienced so much. Everything I can tell you. You go to Nigeria, I'm telling you. Clearing just to reach at the airport, to clear you to get into the hotel.
Just customs.
You take about 5 to 7 hours. That's having spent maybe 6 hours of traveling.
Sleeping at the airport.
They'll frustrate you so bad that you wish this ends. That frustration. If teams don't have deep pockets, they will not sustain themselves. They always lose the game. You had teams organizing how to to cater for the referees.
They give him a bag just to say thank you
when you go
before the match.
When you go to Egypt, they take these referees for shopping as if they are showing them around.
They show up in suits.
Whenever the referees admire, let me say, laptop, the leader of delegation notes that. When he admires a watch, they note it. He admires a phone, they note it. So when they go for training, when they come back, all those items are delivered in the room. They don't say anything. So the referee will use his common sense and say, okay. They say, what are these things? They said, no, those are for you. Plus, because by then the hosting team has to pay for the referee. So they come as a package. So what the referee does, he may not award you a penalty, but every decision that is right, he will call it in your favor. So we have come a long way.
The game has changed. To be honest, the game has changed.
I think from the junior national team, I think the same treatment we were getting also. Getting all into these African countries was always a struggle. And remember, when you have an 8-hour flight, you always want to get to a room and then just rest. But now the thing is, they will always make sure that these guys, like in Ghana and in Nigeria, the same treatment. We had to change location like 3 times. They drive us with the bus to the wrong location. So the same
on purpose.
On purpose. So then they can just
in Nigeria they'll say go slow too much. Go slow. Like the traffic is too much. Go slow too much. So they will drive around the town by the time you reach training.
And remember, that time you have booked a stadium for an hour. By the time you get there, it's 10 minutes. By the time you get there, it's 10 minutes left. What are you going to train there? You rather go back. You have missed one training session again. That puts the home team at an advantage. There's always this.
There's always something.
Again, in South Africa, everything is roses. Nice. We're going to treat them well. Take them to garden court.
It's not in your nature. So.
No, we understand.
But I mean, and also every team would love to come and play in South Africa because every player would love to advertise themselves in South Africa. There's a potential for teams to support those players. So everything is against South African teams or against Bafana. So what you have to do is you have to be on the top of your game. Because every African player would love to come and play in South Africa because this is a marketing platform for all players. We all desire to play here so that we are supported and get better. So
end up in Europe.
Maybe. So there's no any other way.
Okay, cool. Staying with Pirates. Now, does Pirates need to also do some form of rebuild or some change? I'm looking at the goalkeepers here. Obviously, Richard Ofori will stay. Wayne Sunderland's chances are he'll be the next goalkeeper coach. And Ponjane, what do you do with Mponchi?
He hasn't had enough opportunity.
You keep him on,
but I think they will let him go.
They let him go.
Yeah, I think they will let him go.
Yeah. For me, it's interesting. Teams like Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, they're like the national team. There's no time to build. There's no time.
There, you are ready.
You have to deliver once you are there. It's a given. You see fans are protesting. They are giving instructions what they want. So a youngster, putting him in Kaizer Chiefs, you actually, if he's not managed well, you are burying his career.
Yeah.
So these players need to be managed well. They need to be assisted. For example, if a young player is coming in, that level of competition, the player should be young in age, but not.
Do you keep him, Tim?
No, you don't keep him.
Thank you. Okay. I think Pirates is actually safe at the back. I think that maybe they need a new center back. I see Tyson. Tyson will definitely stay. Happy Jelly.
He has to stay. They have
He has
no
to
choice.
stay.
Yeah, he has to stay. They just need to beef up because he's the one that's going to share a lot of experience on those with the incoming player that will be there.
Keep him.
Yes, he might not maybe have the legs, but I think keep him.
I think he has refused. He has refused to be retired. He has proved that. He's still his body language, his communication on the field of play shows that he still wants to play.
Yeah, I think also the chairman has a better position for him because I think he's been a great servant to Orlando Pirates.
But I think you should not think about that. Football,
those things don't matter at Pirates.
Not even at Pirates alone. Forget loyalties for the fans. For a footballer, go do the job and go home.
Yeah,
loyalty is for the fans. Don't fool yourself.
If he's still,
loyalty is for the fans.
I'm saying if he still wants to play,
he must go elsewhere.
But
who's going to sign him? Look, he has nowhere to go. We are speaking about Jerry. You can't throw away that whole history. You try somewhere else. Where are you going?
But I think at this point, Tim, it's always going to be about the money now. He's done what he has to do. He's won trophies.
I can tell you, my brother, if he has not made money until now, he should forget it. Now he should try to stay there so that he can build a career, maybe in management, something like that.
Chances are he's not going to break.
Any decision to walk away from that would be very disastrous for his personality as an individual, because you're looking. These are some of the things we have to look at. The mental sickness that players face. These are some of the things come about because where does he go from here? All his career has served Pirates until this moment in time. He has the highest level is at Pirates. Where do you go to do what? Get a paycheck. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I think because he's going to be retired by force at this point, because maybe 1 or 2 games that he's going to have bad, it's going to be a justification for fans to go for his neck.
I don't believe that. Players, central defenders in those positions, they are rare to find. I can tell you. And age is not a factor when it comes to that.
Onyango just had a howler. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Al-Ahly too.
Yo,
Onyango. This is terrible.
What was he thinking?
Misjudgment. You see what I was talking about? They go high up. They go high up. They leave spaces behind.
And I think it's that Morena side as well.
That's exactly what I say.
The persistence in this Al-Ahly team, the persistence for me, you are looking at the persistence. They have deceptively, convinced.
Look at the spaces behind.
Exactly. Look where they play the ball. The willingness.
That's a wrong call from Onyango, though.
Oh, what a
misjudgment. You can't get that.
But he was still in the box. He could still use his hands. You know that? He could still use his hands.
I think he lost the carry over. The carry over. If he would have done that, it was going to be handball.
No. I'm saying he doesn't need to hold it.
Yeah.
But he's still in the 18. Just touch it out of flight. But you are in that indecision moment. That's the mountain.
I would have taken a red there.
89th minute. Take a red card. Foul him.
No, but even
maybe handle the ball. Catch it.
But even then,
catch it. Because they put another keeper.
Masanda Wana fans, talk to us. What's happening?
No, I would have. If I was him, I was going to catch that ball. Get the red card, because a free kick, we might not know what they can do. Then they can bring another keeper in.
He should have parried the ball away. I think it was still in the 18-yard box. But I understand, when you come out, you're not sure.
From Onyango.
You're seeing the lines.
This is the big one.
Now it's 2 goals.
Yeah, this is a big one.
That goal changes the dimension of the game going forward, because
the second leg, right?
The second leg, this changes the
whole dynamic.
You see, this is what is happening. At 1-0, Sundowns was still in the game. But what is happening is that
they force and equalize.
You are forcing to attack. You are leaving yourself open. I mean, 1-0, you still have an advantage.
Yeah, you're still gonna play home.
You come home, you score one. It's equal. It's equal, and
equal
then you look for.
You look for the next one.
That extra time. So
3 minutes to go.
Those are some of the
a minute and a half.
The level of every game you learn. You learn. For me, the level of maturity here now, it shows that now Al-Ahly competitively they know how to play games like this in comparison to Sundowns.
Yeah.
But also
the coach,
student versus teacher. Yes.
Now this wasn't going to be easy for Sundowns for sure. That I saw that coming. Highly technical game, as you can see, as I've been saying. Al-Ahly is positioning themselves on the halfway line. They're looking for those break attacks.
They've been waiting.
And they set those pressing traps for them. And immediately when they win the ball, they try to come down on the ball, look for the next available option, and the running into the half space is beautiful. This is opens up the wing play on the side, so they unlock another side. So this is very important. There's a whole lot to learn from this for a team at this team at this magnitude. The runnings inside the box also. With Sundowns, yes, they can possess the ball, and also on their pressing, they are good on their pressing and then winning the ball. The speed is there. The fitness, I cannot falter their fitness level. As I said, this game is going to be won by small margins. Chances that they get, the fortunate part is that Al-Ahly punishes you on it. They got one chance first half, they scored. They got another one now, an error from the goalkeeper, misjudged the ball, another goal. So coming home now, it's going to be quite difficult, even though now, because it's going to be winter, it's not going to be hot. So
it's finished.
So it's going to be
2-0.
And there's only one tactical change that Pitts has made. Just make Al-Ahly players kick Sundowns players.
Yeah.
And
my goodness,
that has been the
only not part of the script for Sundowns.
The aggressiveness that Al-Ahly has applied against Sundowns has won Al-Ahly the game.
Mental strength.
Let's wrap it up. Sundowns, Al-Ahly.
Definitely, if you look how Al-Ahly has played, they are going to play exactly the same way when they come to Pretoria. They're going to look for another goal.
Is it done?
It's not yet done.
Far from it.
It's not yet done. But what's happening is, what I'm seeing is, if Sundowns can still continue attacking when it's 5 minutes to the end of the game and it's 1-0, it means that they're gonna start to attack from the word go against Al-Ahly, and then they're gonna get punished. So I would prefer them playing a conscious game, but very attacking to find a result.
Also,
so wrap it up.
Same almost similar thoughts. I think Sundowns have to be very cautious. They are a good team with a great attitude. They can create scoring opportunities. If they what's going to happen is Al-Ahly will frustrate Sundowns and they will want them to push more and open up spaces at the back, which now they're going to open up for more goals. So within that doing, there needs to be to adjust to manage the game in a sense that they need to get goals gradually, not to be under pressure to go get a goal.
How should Sundowns approach the second leg?
Approaching the second
blazing.
No, you can't be guns blazing because Pito knows that they've got a cushion 2-0. All right.
So what should Sundowns do?
So Sundowns at this point, for them to go gun blazing, it's going to hurt them because they're going to leave spaces at the back. So they need to apply the same game. The errors that they made, they were just small errors because the goal that they first scored, it was less pressure from the ball carrier. Should they have pressed the ball carrier more, at least you would have gotten a deflection because he dragged the player inside in the middle of the play and then they allowed him to see the goals rather to force him more outer. So at least you got an opportunity there where he can still come to the centre back.
I think for me, it was poor defending for Morena. He gave the right-footed player a chance to cut inside. And then, you didn't get that block coming from the central midfield to come and reinforce that. Yes, the central defenders are in the right position, but once you don't get that central midfielder shifting that and forcing a square ball, and you give a technically gifted player a sight on goal, is most likely to pick a spot. He did pick a spot. For me, Sundowns, what they can do is if they can try to improve their ball possession in the right areas in the last quarter, slow down the pace a little bit, because that's how Al-Ahly has beaten them. They got more the ball in the midfield and they were cooling down. They were cooling the pressure, allowing the runners to get into those positions, as opposed to Sundowns where the pace was almost consistent. So I think if they can manage that, then they can easily get into that.
They've also been there since Tuesday.
I don't know what informed the decision to take Sorino out. I don't know whether you got a
injury
because of a knock. If that was the reason, then I agree. But if it was not the reason, I did feel that Sorino was drawing about 2 or 3 players of Al-Ahly.
There was a lot of attention on it,
creating a lot of space for Sundowns players. So I think they will need a more solid Sorino, full 90 minutes on the field of play to stand a chance.
Jeez.
Also, just with Sundowns, also trying to deny spaces from Al-Ahly, from minimizing spaces, and also trying to create spaces. Use your widths and depths in order to create overloads on the side, because they've shown that they are slow. But what they're clever with is they will always double up on the side, so they overload on your marking, which didn't allow Morena to fully get into the byline. And then within that, they know when he gets into the byline, he'll always leave spaces behind. So if Sundowns apply the same thing, they need to have a solution in terms of how they're going to protect the space behind Morena when he leaves that space. Yes, they're going to go gun blazing. They're going to try and attack and get an early goal. But also that puts them in danger because they're going to be offset by numbers.
Sure. Okay, we have the last caller on the line. Hello, sir. Who's joining us? Hello. Okay. Silent treatment. Hello.
He's asleep.
Okay, and that is how we wrap up the show. Okay, thank you to Timothy. Thank you to Calvin Sosibo. Great show. See you on Monday.